Welcome to the show, Saeed Akhtar Mirza.
No, it is good to come. I'm amazed. I'm so glad it's in this space and not in a regular studio.
Tarkovsky,
Tarkovsky, incredible work.
incredible. And the Iranians,
Oh yes, and the Iranians, my God. So कहाँ से आ गए ये लोग? क्या फिल्में बना रहे हैं?
they're magicians. They were
Absolutely, and they didn't. Then the ordinary became heroic.
standing outside.
Ah, it's-
Like a schoolboy looking to do his homework.
बस खत्म.
जूते-
एक जूता खाया बस खत्म. कहानी बन गई.
You made Nukkad. So,
हाँ, इनकी कहानी है यार. नुक्कड़ क्या है? इनकी कहानी है. इनकी कहानी है.
welcome to this new episode of Against the Grain. We have an extremely special guest today. I mean, I know I say this every time, but today is an extra special guest. He is a screenwriter, a director in Hindi cinema and television. He is the maker of notable films from what was known as the parallel cinema in the late 70s, early 80s, all the way up to the mid 90s. His most famous films are, of course, his 5 films are Arvind Desai ki Ajeeb Dastan, 1978. Then there's Mohan Ji Se Hazir Ho, 84. Albert Pinto को गुस्सा क्यों आता है, 1980. Salim Langde पे मत रो, 1989. And Naseem in 1995. He's also director of the absolutely record-breaking TV serial Nukkad, which changed the face of television entertainment in the late 80s and 90s. Welcome to the show, Saeed Akhtar Mirza, and thank you so much for making the time. I know it's difficult for you to travel in this city and face all the challenges of locomotion.
No, it is good to come here, and I'm amazed. I'm so glad it's in this space and not in a regular studio.
In fact, we've chosen this space because it reminds us a bit of the set of Albert Pinto Ko Gussa Kyun Aata Hai. This is where the character of Nasiruddin Shah worked in a garage. So,
Yeah, and I'm just also the fact that it breaks the rules against the grain.
against the grain, yes.
Because I would rather be known as the person who's also not just a filmmaker and writer, but also perhaps a traveler and a thinker. Because that's what my work is really all about. Whether it's films, documentaries, television serials, books, travelogues. I try to document our times, chronicle as much as I can. So thank you for this opportunity of speaking once again. Unfortunately, I must confess to you, I'm a bit tired of words. And I know you need words to talk, and you need a conversation.
We'll
I
have
get-
one. We'll have one.
It'll happen, I hope so, because the thing is, there's too many words floating around in our world today. Perhaps you need silence.
One does, yes. But what I didn't mention in my introduction is apart from having produced all these films that we spoke about, that we mentioned, and the Nukkad television serial, you've also written several books. And in that sense, in fact, you have already produced a very large number of words. And that's why perhaps you are
That's
now
what perhaps exhausted.
you're exhausted. You
Maybe
don't want
that-
to
maybe
more
that-
words.
Come, we'll have a conversation.
Sure. So
Okay.
let's start with your films. Your films have they are first of all narrative films, right? And they don't sort of deviate from the narrative paradigm. But at the same time, they are very unusual. They're extremely visually very engaging. They are meditative almost in parts, and they say much more than what the narrative might lead you to believe. So, and also there is a kind of sadness about those films, which doesn't get resolved in some sort of optimistic vision, a facile optimism about the future. It leaves it makes your films make the viewer uncomfortable, and at the end of the film they remain uncomfortable. There's no kind of Shakespearean denouement where you're pointing to necessarily to some brighter future ahead. So does that reflect your worldview, or is it a reading of the times we are in?
It is a reading of it reflects my worldview also. Because basically, I think what I'm trying to do is attempting to. My films pretend to be stories, but they're basically dealing with ideas.
The dealing with ideas.
And it looks like a narrative. There's a story like a beginning, a middle, or an end, but it's not quite. It's dealing with ideas. Like once you take a film look at the structure of a film like Albert Pinto. Where is the story? You won't find it. And yet there's a story.
So it has the appearance of a narrative.
Absolutely. It's dealing with the idea. It's dealing with an idea of a young Christian, macho young man who has a perception of India being a Christian, and he has a perception of the world through that. And his journey is going to figure out what it means to be an Indian. What is it that makes him an Indian? And that journey of his is very critical to me. And there's a larger idea beyond your religion. And the larger idea of an India beyond religion,
Right.
that we both identify with, which makes you an Indian. There's so many identities, and he goes through the idea of being a Christian to becoming much more than just that. And that's the journey. Philosophically, politically, that's the film. Arvind Desai, studying Mangala Matra, Mohan Joshi is an attempt to understand a legal system. A legal system in which, if we try to understand it in its basic idea, what is the legal system? It is where people go to find justice. Set up for people to find justice, and that's part of our constitution. Point is, do they get it? And if you are middle class or poor, would you ever get it? It's a system that's perhaps arranged in a certain kind of way in which, if you have power, wealth, or even both, it's set for you. It's set for you. If you have neither,
You've done for.
it's tough. It's damn tough. And it's a critique of our system. And here is this elderly man who is middle class, stubborn, but principled. He's going to go through hell. Damn tough time. And finally, he has to bring the house down. Now, in terms of the actual formal structure of the film, I played games with structure. I played with the dramatic narrative form. I played with the absurd. I played with documentary. And I played with tamasha, all in one film.
Right.
I'm playing with form simultaneously.
In that sense, Mohan Joshi is unique. Because in other films,
never.
Never.
With this, I played because that's the only way I can understand this system of legality and courts and judges and lawyers and defendants and prosecutors and whatever else. It's a world. But fundamentally, it's a club for the privileged. The rest are just bystanders. And they have no choice. What do they do under such circumstances?
Yes.
It's a question that needs to be asked, Sujit, for our times. And not just here, son, it's around the world. It's around the world. It's not just here.
Not just here. In fact, all the way back in Dickens' novels, if
Oh,
you,
yeah?
for example,
Oh, yeah.
the Bleak House, Jarndyce and
yeah.
Jarndyce, it begins with a Mohan Joshi
Yeah.
like situation. So, as you rightly said, it's all over the world and across
And
time.
we have words, We have constitutions that are so noble in thought, so generous in thought. But there's another ground reality which is so frightening, which is incredibly disturbing to me. And we don't seem to see that. These things worry me, and at this age, I'm worried. But yeah, but nevertheless, now with this new movement in our country,
Does that give you hope?
of course it does. Young people taking on a system. I don't think it is about only exam leaks. I don't think it is far beyond that. उससे बहुत आगे निकल चुके थे. हाँ, सिलसिला पढ़ाइयों के बारे में था, पेपर लीक के बारे में था. मैं मानता हूँ. I accept that.
Those were the triggers, actually.
The triggers. नौकरियों के बारे में, उसके बाद करप्शन के बारे में था. मगर उसके अलावा एक और चीज़ है, ये सिस्टम क्या है उसके अलावा जहाँ ये चीज़ें ऐसे पैदा होती हैं. What corrodes anything that's noble, anything that's dignified, anything that's decent on a piece of paper, how does it get corroded on the ground? What are the forces that at play that take over a system? जैसे वो कहते हैं ना, वो बुल्ले शाह बाजी ले गए कुत्ते.
Yes.
बाजी ले गए. बहस वहाँ है. How do we stop that? How do we stop the corrosion that destroys the lives of ordinary citizens around the world? सिर्फ हमारी दुनिया में नहीं, सिर्फ यहाँ नहीं, दुनिया भर में. So in that sense, I'm perhaps an internationalist.
Hey, you certainly are, yes. But your movies are very firmly rooted in India, and
They are.
you maintain that tension of being Indian as well as internationalist in perspective. So that's the remarkable thing.
किताबों में नहीं.
हाँ,
किताबों में मैं बाहर निकल जाता हूँ.
अब किताबों पे हम आएंगे. तो in your movies, usually people are from some sort of a minority. There's a Christian in Albert Pinto, there's Salim Lagda, and so on. Or Naseem is about, I think it's one of the best films made on the 1992 Babri Masjid demolition, as
Well,
seen
thank you
from
for
the
that.
perspective of a middle-class Muslim family. But in Mohan Joshi is, lower middle class, chawl based.
Yeah.
So Mohan Joshi is obviously a Hindu Brahmin name, but still he belongs to an oppressed kind of situation.
And dignified,
economically, yeah.
Economically and dignified person wants to live a dignified life. He's not demanding.
He's not demanding
There
the
are no
moon.
great demands. He doesn't have great demands of the Mercedes Benz tomorrow.
नहीं.
वो नहीं है भैया. The leakage, this house needs repairs.
Yeah,
no?
when I pull the flush, it should work.
Yeah, that's
Simple
it.
things like that.
And there's fungus around, and there's a problem of living.
Yeah. But in light of this, Arvind Joshi is unusual because Arvind Joshi.
Arvind Desai.
I'm sorry, Arvind Desai is very unusual because
Yeah.
not only is he a Hindu Brahmin name again, like Mohan Joshi.
Desai Brahmin names?
Can be. Often is.
Okay.
Not necessarily. Yeah. Joshi is necessarily
Absolutely,
Brahmin. Yeah.
absolutely.
But definitely, he's not a Dalit
Upper
or
caste,
anything.
yes.
And but more than that, he's coming from a
Privileged.
wealthy, privileged background.
Privileged background.
And he is sort of kind of not able to digest his privilege, and that While all the other characters are not from privileged backgrounds and they are struggling for basic human dignity. But your very first film is about a man who has it all and seemingly wants to throw it away. In fact, he does throw it away at the end. So
It's a tragedy. That's why it's called Arvind Desai Ki
Ajib
Das.
Dastan, yes. Well, there's alliteration
The
also.
strange fate of Arvind Desai.
Yes.
So Arvind Desai is a privileged young man who's been to the right school, right college, been to the right place, the right film, got the right books in his library,
Has money.
has money, and he dabbles with his so-called leftist friends in
Yes.
college.
Played well by Om Puri.
Played by Om Puri. So he thinks he understands the word, but the problem with him is he's trapped. He's trapped because, but the very fact that he belongs to a certain class of people is privileged. You require incredible courage to break free. You don't have that. Unless you're Gandhi.
Yeah, but that's one in a million situation.
Because it's tough. It's tough to be on the other side because you're privileged and you might want to be of help. You might be very difficult. And I really respect all those people who come from a background of privilege and either social privilege or even a caste privilege, who break free. And they're really on the other side of the fence. You're across the barricades now. To be across the barricades, tough. Damn tough bullet to chew.
Very tough, yes.
And in that, most people fail. So does Arvind Desai. And that's a strange fate of his because he was allowed access to information and wisdom thanks to his background. But what did he do with it? His own
Exactly.
devil walked away. Very few people have access to that information and wisdom.
Right.
Very few.
Very few. Very few privileged people.
Imagine if this was in the hand of the poor and the disenfranchised. This information and wisdom of trying to understand the world and how it really functions beyond religion, hard economic factors and truths as to how our world runs. Imagine what would happen to the world if they knew. Imagine.
Imagine, yes, I see what you mean.
I wish it was available to them. We waste it. We waste the fact of, I don't know, today Namdev Dasar.
Yes.
Narayan Surve, the poet.
Narayan Surve, wonderful.
The poet.
Amazing.
Now these are things, And to read Frantz Fanon. And to read, I don't know, Pablo Neruda, Premchand, Bulleh Shah, Kabir. Then you're armed and you're equipped to take on the world.
But Arvind Desai has access to all of that, but he's not able to
That's it.
digest it.
Strange fate.
Strange fate.
Strange fate.
But in a sense, you seem to be, if you look at all your 5 films together, you seem to be saying that whether you are privileged or not, whether you are a minority or not, ultimately everyone seems to be doomed, right? Whether it's Arvind Desai or Salim Lagda or Mohan Joshi.
Albert Pinto finds
Some sort of a
some kind of when he
safe harbor at the end.
towards the end when he
That's
meets
the
those
exception, yes.
striking workers
Yes.
and he goes through their names.
That's the only one where there is some hope in the end.
Yeah.
Otherwise, if you look at all the endings, this guy shoots himself, Arvind
By mistake.
Desai, by mistake. So it's not, he doesn't even earn the credit of having committed
He
suicide.
didn't have the courage.
He didn't have the courage. So in the end, in the act of suicide, he is defeated, right? In Salim Langde, what happens? You have Salim Langda is of course betrayed and killed, but then you and in
He's
the
on a dead-end street.
yeah,
Salim Langda is on a dead-end street.
but he's trying to get out of it. No, he's inspired by his
by his
sister's
the
potential.
potential brother-in-law. But the point is, he doesn't realize that he's on a dead-end street and he's a product of history.
Right.
He is a tragedy of history. And he doesn't realize that he's on the street. Where is the connection of the history and him? And yet there is.
There is, yes.
There's history.
And that comes out very well.
That's
Yes.
playing a very devastating role.
That comes out very well in your film.
Yeah, it's,
And I'm going back to the last shot where you have in Salim Langde, where he's dead now, and Ashutosh Gowarikar and Makarand Deshpande are, it's like there is a kind of sadness and loss, but it's like business as usual, and you get the feeling that they're also on a dead end.
And slightly slow motion.
Yes.
The thing is, there's a song being played there,
Yeah.
written by Kefi Saab.
Yes, of course.
And the song is, एक जीवन था, कुछ सपने थे, सो मुफ्त में कुर्बान कर डाले. How easily sacrificed.
Right.
धरती बांटने वालों ने धरती के टुकड़े कर डाले. That's our partition.
Yeah.
धरती बांटने वालों ने धरती के टुकड़े कर डाले. सब पाप अपने, सब दोष अपने, निर्दोषों के सर डाले.
क्या बात है?
जिसने कहा सब घर बदलें, उसने ये देखा भी नहीं कौन कहाँ थक कर बैठा, किसने कहाँ बिस्तर डाले.
क्या बात है? Amazing.
अब तक वतन का मिजाज वही, नफरत का है मुल्क में राज वही. एक जीवन था कुछ सपने थे, सब मुफ्त में कुर्बान कर डाले.
2026 में भी हुई है.
हाँ?
बिल्कुल.
It is even today the same hate.
It's the same hit. In fact, probably worse, not better.
Yeah, now it's codified and it's become the dog whistles and it's coming with a lot of power. Come with a lot of power.
So, can we say that are you trying to say that either everyone is happy or no one is happy? Is that the?
No, it isn't that. It's a tough journey to be a human being.
It's a tough journey.
It's very difficult to be dignified. आसान चीज नहीं है. और उसका मतलब ये नहीं कि आपके पास गाड़ी और पैसे थे, therefore you are dignified. गाड़ी और पैसे से a man does not become dignified. He can be a crass little bigot. He can. Dignity comes from understanding attempting to understand the human condition and trying very hard to see, yaar, how can we change it? Those kids tried it today. I'm happy. Changing a system, young people.
By changing, you mean dignity to all.
Right? Absolutely, yeah. अगर dignity सिर्फ सही मिर्जा के लिए तो क्या dignity
Exactly.
क्या है यार?
So that's what I was saying. That
जो आदमी यहाँ काम कर रहा है
उसको भी उतना ही मिलना चाहिए.
बिल्कुल.
सही है.
मैं कहूँ कि मेरे पास ही है यार, ये क्या तमाशा है?
ऐसे नहीं होता है.
होता
तो
नहीं.
फिर अरविंद देसाई हो जाते हो आप.
बिल्कुल.
That's how I read your overall.
बिल्कुल सही है.
So I'm not ready to wrong.
Absolutely right.
But let's come to Naseem, because personally, I mean, you told me once that your favorite is Arvind Desai, but my personal favorite is Naseem, because it is so devastating. It's such a devastating critique of where hatred has brought us, and in the backdrop of the fall of the Babri Masjid, I was particularly impressed by the non-acting of Kaifi Azmi. He is not acting, obviously, but his presence there in the film is so powerful. So, I mean, credit must obviously go to you as the scriptwriter and the director for making use of a complete non-actor like Kaifi Saab, who is actually a poet, a wonderful poet, to convey a kind of sense of the futility of this wave of hatred.
It's like one man standing against a tidal wave.
Yeah.
That's coming. He seems very weak. खड़ा है.
खड़ा है. And his granddaughter understands
to
him.
regain poetry, to try to regain poetry, we keep lost. और ये how do we lose poetry in our world? और सब लोगों के पास solutions हैं. मेरे पास सारे सवाल हैं. नतीजा solutions क्या है कौन जानता है?
Solutions किसी के चल तो नहीं रहे हैं, होंगे.
मगर द पॉइंट इज मेरी दिक्कत क्या है कि मुझे डर लगता है क्योंकि आई फील दैट हर साल हमारे देश में एवरी ईयर about 20 million people, young people pass out from 8th, 10th, 12th, BA, MA, some other degrees all over India. That's about almost the population of Australia every year.
Right.
उनका क्या होगा?
Opportunities तो है नहीं क्योंकि बहुत
मुझे बताओ क्या होगा उनका?
सही है.
सब लोगों ने देखा है अंबानी की शादी यार. सब लोगों ने देखा है.
Correct.
मैंने देखा है. आपने देखा है अंबानी की शादी?
बिल्कुल देखा है.
वाह.
वो इंस्टाग्राम में एक
आपने
जमाने
देखा
में
वो
आता था.
सुप्रिया सूले की बेटी की शादी? वाह. अब सलमान खान की डांस देखा उसमें? प्रॉब्लम सब लोगों ने देखा है. वाह. प्रॉब्लम क्या है? जब 90% are nowhere close to that. Nowhere close. 90% क्या होने वाला है? और वो 20 million every year. वो जानते हैं पढ़ाई के बाद नौकरी भी नहीं मिलेगी शायद. Awesome.
True.
क्या करेंगे? और ये हमारे देश में imagine Indonesia, imagine Pakistan, imagine Egypt, imagine large parts of Africa, large parts of Latin America. आप देखिए कहाँ जाएंगे ये लोग? कहाँ? इलॉन मस्क सब जानते हैं. और बिल गेट्स सब नाम जानते हैं कि दुनिया में 50 बिलियनर हैं, इनके नाम को फर्स्ट, सेकंड, थर्ड, फोर्थ सब जानते हैं. तो क्या हुआ? इनकी जिंदगी में फर्क क्या आया?
कुछ नहीं.
तो
बिल्कुल
आप
नहीं.
झेलिए उसको. झेलिए.
One of the filmmakers with whom you have.
मगर
हाँ.
नसीम नसीम नफरत के बारे में है.
Exactly. Yes.
और एंड में उसको झेलना पड़ेगा इस दुनिया को. छोटी सी लड़की 16 साल की उम्र में उसका फ्यूचर वो जानती है कि इट विल बी फुल ऑफ हेट. और दादा ने कहा कि घबराओ मत, मुस्कुराओ. मुस्कुराना ज़रूरी है. She tries to smile. To
Brilliant.
find poetry in our scoundrel times.
No, that's, as I said, that's my favorite film from your body of work. You had made more films after that, but
I got nothing more to say.
huh?
I had nothing more to say.
You had nothing more to say. And therefore you wrote.
That's our writing. That's traveling first. उसके बाद writing. I started traveling. आप देखिए. ये बाबरी मस्जिद गिराई. राम जन्मभूमि की मंदिर वहाँ बना है. फैक्ट बना है. Now think it over. It is there as a symbol for a country's dignity to regain. Regain what? I'd like to know.
Exactly. Yes.
I don't know.
It's an illusory gain, if at all.
No, the thing they are is a nation going to be determined by a mandir or a masjid or a I don't know, Pakistan में कोई I'm trying Indonesia or Egypt or in America some church.
Makes no sense.
और इस ज़माने में इस दौर में
Correct.
क्या what are we becoming? What are we becoming? But you were saying something about this book.
I was going to say that one of the films that one of the filmmakers with whom you worked very closely, and who was a very good close friend of yours right from the days of FTI, and he passed away early, sadly. But you've written an actual book on him, right?
I know the psychology of rats.
I know the psychology of rats, which is a quote from the man himself. So, can you take us through that whole friendship, how you influenced each other?
Kundan was a strange man. He came from a trading family. वो एडन में his father कुछ काम वाम कर कोई नौकरी वोकरी थी दुकानें थी शायद फिर वहाँ बम्बई आ गए मगर ये साहिबजादे थे उनके his father tried to make him a trader कि वो आप व्यापार कीजिए उसको यार मोहब्बत की किताबों के साथ वो क्या करे he loved books and he loved cinema
right, which is very unusual for
क्या करे
from that
मगर वो आए और फिर मुझसे अपने पैसे का वो जमा करके पुनः फिर उसको वहाँ पहुँच गए और 3 साल वहाँ गुजारे और बहुत जल्दी में था क्योंकि उसे पता था कि अगर मैं if I cannot prove myself in a short period of time excuse me मुझे वापस जाना पड़ेगा दुकान ढूंढनी पड़ेगी कोशिश की इसके बाद फिल्म स्कूल के बाद हैदराबाद में गए कुछ काम वाम करके उसने अपने दोस्तों के साथ कुछ हुआ नहीं फिर वो निकल गए और शादी हो गई इंग्लैंड गए और जब मैं सुना कि मैं अरविंद दिशा बनाना था सॉरी अरविंद दिशा ख़त्म करनी थी मैं और मैं एल्बर्ट पिंडो शुरू करने वाला था मैंने सुना कि कुंदन निकल गया हैदराबाद को निकल के शादी हो गई निकल गए और मैं कहा यार व्हाट अ वेस्ट
So you had spotted him as a talent.
जब मैं था इंस्टीट्यूट में मैंने देखा ये क्या आदमी वो नोट लेता रहता है हर क्लास में नोट लेता है फिल्म के अंदर थिएटर के अंदर नोट ले रहा है अरे क्या फिल्म मेकर बनने वाला है ये फिल्म से यहाँ से वो नोट ले रहा है मगर जब मैंने आखिरी फिल्म देखी डिप्लोमा फिल्म वो हमारे क्लास की सबसे बढ़िया फिल्म थी द बेस्ट फिल्म अकॉर्डिंग टू मी people might disagree that's separate I thought it was the best film it was the freest film devoid of any rules just कर ली उसने तो मैंने कहा उससे कि यार कुंदन हम थोड़े बहुत दोस्त बन गए थे towards the end क्योंकि बनना हुई his approach to life and my approach completely different तो मैंने सुना जब वो गए हैं वापस इंग्लैंड ऐसे याद अगर आदमी ऐसी बढ़िया फिल्म बनाए उसको जाना पड़े वापस इंग्लैंड व्हाट अ वेस्ट वापस आ गया मगर
And he showed up at your house.
और मैंने देखा उस किताब में उसको वापस आना था he had to come back नहीं let her go You should show that document से दिखाना चाहिए मैं किससे बात कर रहा हूँ
वो भी दिखा देना
दिखाना चाहिए
हाँ ये कर रहा है इसमें ले रहा है
This is a minor interruption with the documentary correct है
correct
तो
ले लिया उसने
तो he had tasted poetry he had to come back और ये चीज़ें ना टेस्टिंग पोइट्री बहुत ज़रूरी है।
या एक बार टेस्ट कर लिया तो फिर जाता नहीं हो,
फिर आप
गए काम से।
गए काम से गए काम से। Sorry, you had asked another question.
I was saying that did you and Kundan sort of influence each other in
Oh,
your
yes.
in your filmmaking? You must have, right?
No, not really.
Because his first film was Jaane Bhi Do Yaro, which was
But he assisted me in Albert Pinto first.
he assisted you.
When he
Albert.
came back from England, his first job was with Albert Pinto. An incredible help that he was over there. And उसको जाने दो. Don't worry. Allow it.
जाने दो फिर
Take it.
pause करते हैं.
You know, don't worry. ये चीज़ें हैं. It will be another kind of interview.
Yes, yes.
आप लोग fixed हैं. छोड़ो दिमाग पे. खोलो दिमाग. हो जाएगा. Don't worry.
Okay, continue. हाँ. So you're talking about Kundan and coming back, and
No, I'm just saying that he was
he assisted you in Albert
an
Pinto.
Arab intro, and then he was making Jaane Bhi Do Yaro. And it was an incredible film.
Absolutely incredible.
Now the thing is that many of the elements of Jaane Bhi Do Yaro are used in Mohan Joshi.
Oh, you answered my question before I could ask it. I was going to ask you because when I saw
After-
Mohan Joshi,
Bill-
I was reminded of Jaane Bhi
It influenced me in Mohan Joshi.
Do. Right.
The form that he is playing with.
Correct. In fact, things like the way Satish Shah delivers his dialogue in Mohan Joshi is reminiscent of the way he does it in Jaane Bhi Do Yaar, and it's the same actor.
बिल्कुल same actor.
है ना? So I'm not
And
dreaming
Nasir,
it up.
Nasir भी है वहाँ.
नसीर भी है, दोनों हैं. वो वासवानी नहीं है, लेकिन बाकी तो दो कैरेक्टर तो वही है. ओमपुरी नहीं है.
ओम पूरी नहीं है.
लेकिन वो जो सतीश शाह जो दिखते हैं इसमें मोहन जोशी
हाँ,
में,
बिल्कुल.
वो उसी में से बाहर निकले हुए
बिल्कुल,
लग रहे हैं,
बिल्कुल
है ना?
बिल्कुल.
और जो सतीश शाह इज देयर इन मेनी ऑफ योर मूवीज, इवन अरविंद देसाई हैज.
From Arvind Desai to Albert Pinto to Mohan Joshi. No, he wasn't in Salim Rangi Rameshwar.
ही वाज नॉट इन सलीम.
No, he wasn't there. He wasn't there. He wasn't there.
But then there was a kind of I mean, staying a little bit on the subject of Kundan Shah, after Jaane Bhi Do Yaro, he couldn't do anything quite as memorable. No?
No,
He
he,
went
did, he,
into
did a lot of films. But the problem with Kundan is not the problem. Kundan was a filmmaker of intense passion. And his stances were almost to the extreme. He was trying to find a way of unraveling our lives and our world. And the stances that he took were always on the extreme. I said, Kundan, you can bring it to the middle, you can bring it to the middle, it can happen. It's so extreme. And I don't know, he was incredibly passionate, and I don't think, and he made an incredible film with Shah Rukh, Kabhi Haan Kabhi Na.
Kabhi Haan Kabhi Na. Yeah,
What a beautiful film.
That was a wonderful film.
Look what he did with that. Then he started working towards politics and cinema. It's very disturbing, this.
What? Sorry?
No. ये चीजें रहने दीजिए. Don't control रहने दीजिए. Problem, no problem. No problem. No problem. ज़्यादा कंट्रोल मत कीजिए. बोलो. ये जिंदगी
अभी
है.
ये पूरा नेचुरली होने वाला है.
ये जिंदगी है. Cover it. It happened.
ये रखना, edit out मत करना.
हाँ.
ये
वरना
part
हम
भी
रोकेंगे हर चीज. We can't. No. हम बाहर बैठे लोग काम कर रहे हैं, उनकी दुनिया में हैं हम. करेक्ट. Let it be. अब दिखाइए उनकी दुनिया फिर. That's what makes it great.
Yes, absolutely.
हम स्टोरी में नहीं है.
Correct. Yes, so Kabhi Haan Kabhi Na was
He made what a lovely love story.
fantastic.
Lovely love story. And then, but now he started turning political. And he started turning more and more. And we started making films like on the 3 girls who committed suicide. And somewhere in Kanpur because they didn't want their parents to go to the humiliation of finding them husbands. A story that he picked up and he did a film on it. He was trying to understand our world in a manner. Its darkness, its grotesqueness, and his film became more grotesque too. He was ruined in a sense.
Yeah.
And then, of course, he made his last film from P to PM tak, but a prostitute stands to become the Prime Minister of India. So somebody asked him, "What are you doing? So isn't this where we are at? Philosophically, isn't this where we are at? I'm only making it real.
Right.
What is our politics? Prostitution. So I'm making a film. So what the metaphor? It's true. That becomes difficult to handle.
Yeah, that is a bit.
But he
Bit much, I
was so passionate about his work. And हम हमारे घर पे आते थे, we should sit down in the evening, बातचीत होती थी, शराब वराब पीने, discussion और दुनिया भर की बातें. And it was great. I miss him so much.
I can imagine. This whole bit
miss
is in a
him.
way
I
about missing him.
miss him. I just miss
It's about missing him.
What a man. What a man.
So this era, which was your peak, the late 70s and the 80s, was also the era of Sholay and Diwar and the Angry Young Man and all that. And you stood out like a breath of fresh air from all that nonsense, And I noticed that at least in 2 of your films, you are sort of cocking a snook at the Sholay ethos. In one of the films, someone asked, "Kitne aadmi the?" And in another film, they repeat that whole Sholay dialogue.
Albert Pinto में.
Albert Pinto.
Nasir and Shabana discuss वो अभी कोई film देख के आ रहा है. कितने आदमी थे? वो कालिया तेरा क्या? It was, yeah.
So you
But
were
it's also reflecting our times. Reflecting our times and also a world. If we think cinema does not affect, it does affect.
It does affect very much.
And over time, it takes a toll. So it was just to say, yeah, ये है, ये चीज़ें हैं.
Would you say that all these films, that era, which the Angry Young Man era, as it's called, where there is the individual protagonist who is fighting for justice, right, and bending all rules and norms, could it have contributed to the rise of fascist ideologies in India?
I don't quite know, son. I don't want to put the blame on
Because
those films.
that whole cultural ethos.
No, but I really feel that when an era of the rebel is born out of a given situation. Whether it contributed to later to our time, I'm not so sure. I think
the idea that rules can be bent, and therefore, there is no hope of justice from institutions, but only from brave individuals, militant individuals who can transform things by breaking all rules and ignoring all institutional safeguards. That idea, do you think, came about or was promoted?
No, I don't think so. I think actually what happened was when I think it's a bit later the kind of cinema that emerged, that
Which
the
which kind?
softer, no, I don't want to
You
give
don't-
name,
you don't want
but
to name.
another kind of cinema emerged. It became very, very catered to the rising middle class, and rising middle class and upper middle class, and they try to make those films of that kind of, and I wonder, I'm not so sure. But I do believe that when Do Bhiga Zameen no longer had a validity,
Right.
something was happening in the country.
Yeah, and something very dramatic was happening.
And Ganga Jamna and those earlier films, and the idea of the great cinema of the Sholais and Mughal Azams and things. Mughal Azam, of course, before and then, and films like Pyasa and Guru Das, Mehboob Khan, they played a role of another kind. And when another cinema starts emerging, it reflects another kind of society which is also emerging. And I think when you think about it, an emerging middle class, which is and then you start catering to them in the what's it called, the multiplexes.
Yes, the multiplex. They came much later.
That changes. Now that starts changing. And then who goes there?
Yes, expensive popcorn. The expensive popcorn era.
And that's when things change.
Right.
Expensive popcorn, the kind of subjects, popcornish,
Yes.
that starts emerging. I would think that contributed
That contributed,
in a
not-
sense, not in a tangential sense,
In a
not
tangent-
directly.
In a tangential sense.
Yeah, it would have.
So, who were your influences? Were there any Indian influences, or they were all foreigners?
I had all kinds.
Who did you look up to in
As a filmmaker, I looked up. I had 10,000 filmmakers. I mean, who can I say?
No, man, if you can single out a few, like Indians, let's say.
I'd say I'd pay my salams to Minal Sen. I'd pay my salams to Bimal Roy.
Of course, yes.
I'd pay my salams to even perhaps Guru Dutt. Some of his work. Later, but that doesn't mean I'm going to say, you see the work reflected in mine.
No, not that way. Whom do you look up to from
Oh,
India?
there's Ajit Ray, 100%, and there's Aravindan in the south, Aravindan.
Arvindan, yeah.
And,
Extraordinary.
yeah, he's incredible. And बहुत सारे हैं. The Sika and Antonioni and I don't know, बहुत सारे हैं. Milos Forman, the Russian filmmaker who made Solaris and
Tarkovsky.
Tarkovsky. Incredible work.
Incredible. And the Iranians,
Oh yes, and the Iranians, my gosh.
they are
They are
extraordinary.
the people who brought the ordinary, they made the ordinary extraordinary.
Yes, absolutely.
What a work, what pieces of work. कहाँ से आ गए ये लोग? क्या फिल्में बना रहे थे? तौबा.
Outstanding.
तौबा. कहाँ? Ordinary फिल्म बना दी. अब कहानी क्या बन गई? Poetry.
Absolutely.
Poetry in this life of this man behind. They're big poetry through that.
Correct.
वहाँ से ये कहानी यहाँ से बना दे.
Like a schoolboy looking to do his homework.
बस खत्म.
हाँ,
जूते
सही है,
एक जूता गायब हो गया बस खत्म कहानी बन गई.
Hmm.
Imagine what they did.
They're magicians, they were.
Absolute, and they didn't. When the ordinary became heroic, just the ordinary became heroic. It's so important. So important.
So, in the midst of all this, then you made Nukkad. So, and Nukkad, I mean, people talk of the serials like Ramayana and Mahabharata shaping the mindset of an entire generation.
Rahman had a very large role to play. I would
Yeah,
imagine.
yeah. But so did Nukkad, in a different way.
Yeah, but Nukkad was we were fighting with God.
Sorry?
We were having a bahas with God.
You're having a best. Yeah. So tell us the story of Nukkad, how it came about.
Yeah,
because-
people's stories, यार भाई कहानी इनकी कहानी है यार. नुक्कड़ क्या है? इनकी कहानी है. इनकी कहानी है.
And you
Recently पे center stage पे ले आओ.
You made it in the 90s, right?
80s,
80s.
80s, 80s, 85, 86, 87.
And there were some iconic characters there.
बहुत सारे थे. And don't say it's not just me. It's Aziz, my brother Aziz and Kundan Shah. तीनों थे.
Oh, they were here.
All three were there. And yeah, it was celebrating ordinary people, yeah, celebrating their lives.
It was amazing. Absolutely amazing.
It was good.
So in 1995, then after Naseem, you sort of stopped.
Yeah, I had nothing more to say, यार. मैं सर बाजी ले गया कुत्ते तो क्या बाजी ले गया कुत्ते क्या मैं क्या करूं मैं आपको कहानी सुना दो
Sure, please.
कहानी ये है कि जाने दीजिए डोंट वरी
कहानी. From Bazi le gaye kutte, you said.
Yeah. What is I trying to say? I'm trying to understand that I forgot my train of thought. I forgot my train of
It'll
thought.
come back.
It'll come back. It'll come back. I'm an old man, you must remember that.
No.
I'm an old man. But the thing is, to make the ordinary citizen center stage and to respect ordinary people. By and large, television was a middle class phenomenon. The middle class of a middle class aspiration. Something we went down the other way. Deliberately. कोशिश की. It worked. But कोशिश ये थी कि भाई इनके ड्राइंग रूम में इनकी ये कहानी ले आए. So imagine अभी हमारे पास में ये कहानी आ रही है. उस वक्त there was no other channels. I don't think there was.
No.
तो क्या करेंगे? मुझे अब तक याद है मेरे दोस्त फ्रेंड्स ऑफ माइन खड़े में सही तुम क्या कर रहे हो यार? अच्छा मैं बना रहा हूँ यार. ये कोई कहानी है. 2 episodes के बाद yeah, Said, it's improving, better, getting better. And then it's the same, you're improving. You're improving, the content is the same kind.
Right.
आप थोड़े improve हो रहे हैं. Yet because they cannot see life in its, and there is such an incredible philosophy of living. And the philosophy, किसी टैक्सी ड्राइवर से मैं कभी बात की है? बात करो. तुमको फलसफा वो सिखाएगा. किसी मोची से बात करो. तुमको सिखाएगा. बस ड्राइवर से बात करो. इस टेम्पो ड्राइवर से बात करो. They teach you stuff you can't even imagine.
You can't imagine that. That's
ये हैं जो जिंदगी ने सिखाया इनको हम झेल नहीं सकते. हम समझ नहीं आएगा. और ये हैं. And to me that's very important. Very important.
Is that what you learned from your travels as well?
Oh yeah.
You traveled quite a bit, right?
बहुत.
Across
बहुत.
the length and breadth. And you filmed. Did you make use of that footage?
I filmed, traveled. We went on a journey across India. The government of India asked us to make a document, 50 years of independence. तो जो 5 फिल्मों को पूछा भाई आप बनाइए, एक था श्याम बेनेगल, एक था गिरीश कर्नाड, बुद्धदेव दास गुप्ता, और वो आसाम का फिल्म मेकर और एन सईद मिर्ज़ा, वो 5 of us बनाओ, 50 साल जो है आज़ादी के, बनाओ। मैं कहा ठीक है मैं बनाऊँगा, फिर मगर मैं रोड पे जाऊँगा और आम लोगों से पूछा उनके राय में 50 years के मायने क्या है, what does 50 years mean to you? उनकी राय, शर्त ये है आप काटेंगे नहीं, नो कट्स।
Okay.
ठीक है,
They accepted that.
एक्सेप्टेड दैट। समझ गया, बना दी मैंने, काटा नहीं, और 11 बजे रात को दिखाया, तो पूरा देश सो रहा है उस वक्त दिखाया। दूसरे प्रोग्राम 9 बजे, सईद मिर्ज़ा का प्रोग्राम 11 बजे, पूरा देश सोया है,
कोई देखेगा नहीं,
कोई देखेगा नहीं,
लेकिन देखा लोगों ने।
लोगों ने देखा होगा। अच्छा, द पॉइंट इज हियर, सुनना, टू हियर देयर वॉइसेस। ये लड़के जब भी खड़े हैं ना, कॉर्पोरेट पार्टी के जो हैं, क्या कह रहे हैं, हमारी आवाज़ सुनो। कोई सुन रहा है उनकी आवाज़? मैं सुन रहा हूँ,
सुनना पड़ रहा है लोगों को।
पढ़ रहा है, सबको सुनना पड़ रहा है। मोदी, राहुल गांधी, अमित शाह, सब सारी लाइन पे आ जाओ, सुनो। क्या है ये, किस स्कूल बना रहे हैं? एटलीस्ट राहुल गांधी सुन रहा है।
Yes.
He's trying his best. I'm not making a case for him, I'm not a Congressy at all, but I respect the man.
Yeah. So definitely what he's doing is important. And nobody else is doing it.
Yeah.
Most important.
He's trying against, I don't know what bloody odds.
Yeah, it is a big thought. So this book is kind of an autobiographical novel.
Me, a letter to a democratic mother.
It's brilliant. I read it cover to cover. And
कहाँ से गुजर गए?
कहाँ से गुजर गए, और and this book is actually probably a most fascinating book. The Monk, the Moor, and Moses Ben Jelloun.
It's about the transfer of knowledge
It's about the transfer of knowledge and
from east to west.
correct.
And क्या हुआ कि how the so-called Western civilization, what was it built upon? And I'm not a revivalist. Islamic revival, Hindu, I'm not interested. It's a joke.
No, you're not into religion at all, as far as I
Absolutely.
can make out. Yeah.
Point is to recognize the role that these earlier civilizations played in the making of Western Europe, which includes the Chinese, the Indus Valley, the Indian, the Persian, the Greeks, the Romans, the Egyptians. They played a role. And the Islamic civilization from the 8th century to the 12th century, 13th century, incredible work. Incredible work.
It is incredible. And that's a recurring theme in both these books. In your autobiography as well as here.
Yeah.
This theme keeps coming back. And there's an incident mentioned in Ammi where, you obviously went to a very elite English medium school in Bombay.
Yeah.
And that was a decision your parents took for your betterment, for your future prospects. But at the same time, you mentioned here that there was some misgivings on the part, at least of your mother, right? Who felt that, you won't have access to your own culture, your own
And I was
traditions.
drifting away.
Huh?
I was drifting
You were
away.
drifting away. So she attempted to she even hired a Urdu teacher for you. And of course, being the boy that you were, you and your brother didn't take that task very seriously. That's what you mentioned here. I'm quoting from the book. And, it was only partially successful, that effort that your mother made. You didn't really learn Urdu to the extent that she would have liked. So, in a sense, I get the feeling that this going back into the cultural heritage Is it a kind of, you're saying, okay,
I feel a sense of loss.
you feel a sense of loss, yeah?
Absolutely.
That you missed all that.
I
yeah?
missed that. I feel a terrible sense of loss.
And you're going back to it.
And I'm going back
very
to it.
laboriously, very meticulously.
I am going back to it. And simultaneously, I'm religious, I'm not interested, But the thing is the civilization that I'm missing. And what is my issue? Today, there is an Islam which is the orthodox part of it is so incredibly straight-jacketed, and I think perhaps claustrophobic in a sense for a person like me. Because this same religion in its sacred text called the Quran emphasizes the need to learn. Read, it says, all the time, despite its other, whatever, do's and don'ts, or whatever. Read, learn. And that's what these guys picked up, those scholars.
In the so-called golden age of Islam,
Absolutely.
which you write about.
I write about. Like, कहानी क्या है? इस किताब में है शायद कि वो आ रहे हैं, the students are coming to this master Ibn Sina सीखने के लिए, गुरु शिष्य
Guru Shishya.
वो हैं, खड़े हैं. So he's trying to explain कि देखिए ये बीज जो है आप ज़मीन में डालिए, अगर ज़मीन अच्छी है और तुम इसको पानी दो तो ये उगेगा यहाँ से और पेड़ बन जाएगा. It become a tree. मगर वो ज़मीन जो है और पानी ज़रूरी है, वरना नहीं होगा. तो एक शिष्य पूछता पीछे से, बैठा है, But what if Allah wills it? अगर अल्लाह कहता है कि हो जाओ, पेड़ नहीं बनेगा. जवाब क्या देता है? Allah is not a magician.
क्या बात?
He's made laws.
उसके बाहर कुछ नहीं होता.
He's not a magician. He made laws. How this tree will go. He has made laws.
So that is the
Learn
spirit.
those
yeah,
laws.
that's missing. Correct.
And
Amazing.
this is what Islam did. And look what's happened to it now. Where did it go? How did it happen? Of course, there was one story, of course, is great onslaught by Genghis Khan, and they destroyed Baghdad. And they went Baghdad. But the point is, centers for learning in Nishapur in Persia, Khorasan, Samarkand, Bukhara, Nishapur, Tehran, Rez, Tabriz, Baghdad, Damascus, Antioch, Cairo, Morocco, Spain. Centers of learning. क्या सीख रहे हैं? Indian mathematics, philosophy, medicine, Chinese, Persian, Egyptian, Greek, astronomy, physics, mathematics, poetry, translation of the Panchatantra.
Absolutely, yes.
There, वहाँ कर रहे हैं translation from the Sanskrit into Arabic. कौन गए उज्जैन से? Kanak, the scholar from India, he goes to translate.
Absolutely. Yes.
It's all happening. And from there into Arabic, it goes into Europe. Arabic into Hebrew, Hebrew into Latin, Latin into Europe. Look what's happening to our world, yeah.
And it's from reading your books, one gets the feeling that this is a unique upsurge. It's not something that has happened before.
It's never happened before.
It's never happened before.
It's never happened before.
And it's not going to happen again.
That's a tragedy. And it
That's
happened in
the
Islam. It happened in Islam.
And it happened in Islam. And
look what's happened. My
so
tragedy
where
is-
is Islam gone after that?
यही सवाल ये है ना,
क्या से क्या हो गया जैसे बोलते हैं?
क्या तमाशा है यार? क्या तमाशा है ये?
And the other thing is this Islamic civilization, as you describe it here, never sort of hid the fact that this knowledge has come from China. This has come from Al Hind, India.
India. Brahmagupta and Aryabhatta is being translated very
Yeah.
इनसे आया ये.
With acknowledgement.
Acknowledgement, salams.
The same
Mathematics,
the
number
same-
system.
Correct. The number system, the 0 to 10.
Because
But the same thing when it went to Europe,
Hamara-
and that's what you describe in this book.
बिल्कुल.
They just hid it.
Disowned.
And they wanted to say that ये हमारा ही है.
ये हमारा ही है.
तो ये फर्क क्या है? ये समझने जैसा.
Yeah, it's the church coming into play.
हाँ.
The church
Because
coming into play.
the stereotype is the other way around.
yeah,
that
yeah.
Muslims
Yeah,
are
absolutely,
cruel and
absolutely.
marauders and
The bakwas.
bakwas hai. Because the proof here you present the proof, the documentary proof
Absolutely.
that this is not how it was.
No, the other thing is, there was a generosity of spirit.
Yes.
अगर मैंने इनसे सीखा है कैमरा, ने मुझे सिखाया कैमरा, क्या मैंने बोलूं कि उसने सिखाया मुझे, कि मैंने खुद सिखाया? अरे सिखाया मुझे उसने.
तो ये लोग ये करते थे, सीखने के बाद कहते थे मैंने खुद
नहीं
सीख लिया.
सिखाया.
नहीं सिखाया.
ये
कौन
हमारा ही
तू?
है.
तू मैं तुझे जानता नहीं हूँ.
नहीं, ये कौन है?
तो ये and see the other thing I learned from your book is that this Muslim empire, which you now very look at the sweep of it from Andalusia
China.
to China.
Yeah, Andalusia, from Spain to China,
Spain to China. It was not
across North Africa.
across North Africa. It was not a colonial system of expropriation.
Absolutely.
Neither were they expropriating goods, nor were they expropriating knowledge.
Yeah.
In fact,
they're spreading it.
they were spreading it, and that is what is unique about it, because every other civilization afterwards, they did complete expropriation from their colonies. Not only expropriation, genocide.
अभी आप जाइए today. इस वक्त you go to the oldest university in Europe is Bologna. Go there today. Go to Sorbonne. Go to Cambridge. Go to the section on mathematics and astronomy and physics, and go to the medieval period, or check sources कहाँ हैं. 90% will be Arabic. Today.
Even today.
Today. From Arabic into Hebrew. क्या है? Sanskrit into Arabic. Arabic into Hebrew. Hebrew into Latin. Latin into Europe.
And then hide the origin.
छुपा दो.
ये मेरा ही है. हाँ. So and that led to all these colonial depredations. That whole mindset.
And not just that, but it gave them a sense of it. But also, one must salam to them because they look what they did with it also. वो आगे बढ़ गए. हम लोगों ने क्या कहा? बहुत गाली देते हैं उनको.
आगे बढ़ गए उसमें अच्छी बात है, आगे बढ़ गए, लेकिन हमको दबा के आगे बढ़ गए.
बिल्कुल सही है, वो भी सही है. हम दबे कैसे?
हम दबे कैसे, वो अलग बात है.
वो इसमें है.
दबना नहीं चाहिए था.
इसमें है.
इसमें अम्मी में.
एक लाइन है.
हाँ.
एक लाइन है.
Please take your time. We'll cut out the gaps.
गैप निकालो.
इनकी पिक्चरें देखी कि नहीं? सब पांचों पांच YouTube में है. all five are there. YouTube में कॉपी इज नॉट गुड, लेकिन दो अपने Amazon प्राइम में दो हैं.
मैंने मुंबई से फिल्म स्टडीज किया ना, उसमें दिखाया था.
अच्छा. It was late in the evening and getting dark when Nusrat Beg got down from the bus at the Quetta bus station.
Yes.
He was tired from his journey. It had been a 22-hour trip from Amritsar. He unloaded his whole door and two trunks from the bus and looked around for a tanga. He found the tanga. Nusrat spoke to him in Pashto. Don't you have passengers with their luggage? He asked. The driver shook his head. No. May I ask why? Because when I see passengers like you, it gives me pleasure not to be of help. Nusrat puts his luggage and gets everything. Where to, the driver says? There's two. Whatever. What do you mean by passengers like me? They look at you.
Brown Sahib.
You look like a monkey. Mr. Vick laughed. He was wearing his only woolen coat, a shirt and trousers and shoes. What's wrong with this? It's the dress of the English bastards.
Yeah, I remember this.
Lucy was taken back by the vehemence of response. Where are you from? He asked the driver. I'm across the land, Afghanistan. May smallpox wiped that entire race out. Where to? The home of Judge Kamal Khan. The driver turns to look at him. Are you a relative of his? Yes, my sister is married to him. He's a good man. One of the few in this bloody Raj. The rest are toadies. Now he's driving, but hold on, he's coming back to the time. The driver of the Tanga turned out to look at Nusrat. What brings you here? I've just graduated and I have a job in Sibi before I go there, I want to meet my sister. Aha, so you're a Talib. So tell me, Mr. Scudder, what are these English bastards doing here in our land? They're ruling us. Huh? Did anybody ask them to? No one did. They came here to trade and they ended up ruling us. How did it happen? Langawala. It happened because most of our rulers were also bastards.
True, so true.
Sachai. Don't be dishonest. We're also bastards. The driver paused to think it over. Said maybe they were bastards, but at least they were our bastards.
Amazing. Actually, the other thing about your books, you know, they are so visual because whatever I read, I could immediately visualize. You remember I told you about you describe yourself and your sister and brother going to school. Walking to school, and I because I know that area of Bombay, you know, I've grown up here. I immediately started visualizing. That's why I asked you the name of the actual apartment and all that. And then I plotted the route on Google Maps and how you would have walked. Because even without that information, I could visualize the walk. With that information, it became extremely concrete. And of course, I had to rewind by about 50, 60 years to get to the actual. Because today it's completely transformed. But it's amazing.
Yeah.
So, how do you see the cinema scene today in this situation?
Lots of changes because there are OTT platforms, etc. Lots of cinemas being made, lots of films are being made.
Any good? Any of them?
Some are very good, some are reasonable, some I would assume would be bad. But the thing, that's a normal ratio, it's a normal thing. But at least it's giving opportunities to a lot of young filmmakers and actors and technicians to get work. That's very important. Come in, Ajay Dongo.
And any you would like to mention as being promising or good?
बहुत सारे हैं यार एक तो है ये गुरविंदर सिंह Chaitanya Tamane.
Chaitanya Tamane is very good. I don't know about this thing. I have not seen.
Gurvinder Singh, Chaitanya Tamane. There's a boy who made this. Of course, there's Anurag Kashyap and all these guys that Sudhir and all. But the younger lot, there's this boy who made
Newton, Masurkar.
Yes.
Amazing, yeah. That
Amit Masurkar. He made Newton. उसको बहुत दिक्कत होगी फिल्म बनाने में.
क्यों?
क्योंकि वो पॉलिटिकल है. ये लोग खेल खेलते हैं मगर they filmmakers but they
play safe.
No, that's not play safe. They do their work. Amit is there. अब उसको इतनी आसानी से फिल्म नहीं मिलेगी. But he's a great filmmaker. उसको दिक्कत होगी. But I love his work. One film I've seen of his called Newton. और मैंने कहा कि तुमको दिक्कत होगी बाद में हो रही है. मगर ठीक है यार तुमने सर पे कफन बांध दिया निकलो यार फिल्म बनाओ डरो मत.
But compared to these people, your journey was different, right? I mean, you were.
But दौर कुछ और था यार.
दौर अलग था.
वो दौर अलग था.
You were I believe, started out with advertising. You born and brought up in Bombay
Yeah,
and
bilkul.
went to a, as we said,
Advertising.
elite school in Bombay,
बिल्कुल
English medium, etc.
हाँ सब कुछ सही किया मैंने सही कॉलेज सही स्कूल
सही cool और
मैं
जॉब
सबको-
भी सही ले लिया,
जॉब भी सही ले लिया मैंने।
शादी भी हो गई,
हाँ,
बच्चे
फिर
भी
मैं
हो
छोड़
गए,
दिया सब कुछ
और फिर क्या हो गया?
क्योंकि
क्या?
सब बकवास था
हाँ?
सब बकवास था मेरा स्कूल मेरा कॉलेज मैंने सड़कों से सीखा है मेरा स्कूल जो है आम लोगों के साथ मिलना बात करना सुनना कहानियाँ वहाँ से सीखा मैंने
So what made you switch to cinema? Of course, we know that your
I loved
father,
cinema. I loved
your
cinema.
father was
I
a
loved
scriptwriter,
cinema. I
and
loved cinema.
a very well-known scriptwriter
Yeah.
who,
Well.
among other things, wrote the script for Waqt
And Naya Daur.
and Naya Daur. So
Naya
was he
Daur
an
was-
influence? He must have been.
He was, but he influenced me a lot with books.
Hmm.
And he tell me stories about Kemal Ataturk and the
Yeah.
Islamic civilization. He is the man.
Because you mentioned this whole book is centered around your mother. There are references to your father, but
But
few
also
and far
when I go to Turkey, it's my father,
between. It's your father. Yeah.
Kemal Ataturk. His favorites were Ataturk, Lincoln, and Gandhi. These were his favorites. He also had a comment about lefties, people like me.
Yeah.
I
of
don't.
course.
I've got a problem with you guys. You people think you've got God on your side. You'll hate losing an argument. But yeah, he was incredibly well-read. Well-read man, a good, decent human being. Good, decent human being.
So your cinema journey started with FTII, I think, right? You made a decision to quit your
yeah,
job.
I
and
quit. Because I'll tell you why, because एक बार आप advertising में जाएं तो बहुत
It's
झूठ
a dead end.
नहीं झूठ बोलना है
झूठ ही
LinkedIn में
बोलना
कितना झूठ बोलेंगे आप यार?
Any moral dead end.
Any moral dead end and philosophical dead end.
Philosophical dead end, yeah.
ये साबुन सच बेहतर है अभी किसको झूठ बोल रहे हैं यार पैसे बहुत कमा रहे हैं झूठ बोलने में
सही है. तो वो जमा नहीं, जचा नहीं.
और यार बीवी थी बच्चे थे यार वो जो घर चलाना है जब बीवी ने कहा तो निकल जाओ सपोर्ट केम फ्रॉम देयर
Right.
माय वाइफ
And you
देन यू
mentioned
गेट द करेज टू गो वरना यू डोंट हैव द करेज टू गो यार
in Ammi, you mentioned that, I mean, there's a history to this because your mother did the same. I remember.
absolutely.
Because there was some hard times that
Yeah,
your family
absolutely.
went through financially. And your mother stepped in with her sewing machine and
हाथों में हुनर
haathon mein
she
hunar.
had magic in her hands
So your mother stepped in at one point and your wife stepped in at
Yeah,
another
absolutely.
point and made you what you are today. Amazing.
yeah
So how do you see the future for India? Are you optimistic or are you
I'm
like Arvind
optimistic.
Desai and all your
I'm
characters?
optimistic but I also feel that we've got too many small-minded people in charge. There are no poets leading.
No poets. I love that actually. The central importance of poetry.
Because poetry understands the idea of struggle and pain. It understands the human condition. And it attempts to address these issues with as much passion as possible. And I feel sad because it's such a great country with such immense imagination. You know, the legends and mythologies of India were astonishing. The stories and all the kathas of the Buddhist, Hindu, Jain, those stories. When I started reading that, I said, my God, what a land! The tragedy is when it becomes real. It's no longer myth.
Right.
It becomes real. Then the issue starts. You can't distinguish myth from reality.
Yeah, that's the problem.
And that's the issue.
That's the issue.
Same issue with, I suppose, with Islam or Christianity. You've got to distinguish, separate, You've got to be clear. Because a world is moving forward thanks to all said and done a rational scientific approach towards the future. That's the way it is. What are you going back? Respect it a lot. Give it its due.
And even
Don't
if,
make it center stage for God's sake, you will die. वो कहानी सुनाई मैंने तुमको
नहीं वो आप सुनाने वाले थे, सुनाइए.
ये कहानी सुनिए biggest plunderer of India according to some people was a man called Muhammad of Ghazni. तब लोग कहते हैं उस टाइम कितनी बार 12-17 पत्नी का
सोमनाथ टेम्पल
सोमनाथ कर किया और कहानी कहाँ से आई? How do we know about this fellow? From his own historians. Nobody beat it's not our history, it's his history. वो लिख रहे हैं इसने क्या क्या किया तो अच्छा ये किया सारा ये whatever. इतने हिंदुओं को मारा उसने यार. क्या? उसकी आर्मी में हिंदू थे. अब मैं नाम बताऊं सुनाओ. One of the guy called Tilak. One of the man called Tilak. One of his generals.
Right.
But 90% of this man's battles were fought against other Muslims, kingdoms, all over Central Asia, all over the Khorasan, all in Iran. He's fighting them. He's creating an empire.
Right.
And who was he killing? Who the hell was he fighting? We can't see a larger picture, and he's a conqueror. Of course, you think he's going to come back. And before his coming, there were so many kingdoms in India. How did one kingdom change to the other, from one to the other, over a cup of tea and biscuits?
Absolutely, yeah. He was a conqueror, period.
And before he arrived, there were hundreds of empires in India. How did one change from one to the other?
Absolutely.
Not over a cup of tea and biscuits. There was slaughter, bloodshed, etc., invasions, looting, whatever was happening. Everybody did it.
It was happening anyway.
Everywhere. He did it too. But his major battles were around, and he was slaughtering mostly Muslims. But he had a great eye for scholarship. And one of his guys who came along with him was a man called Abu Rayhan al-Biruni. I think, for me personally speaking, and not because my name is Saeed Mirza, personally I feel the greatest scholar the world has ever produced. Singular, one man. A mathematician, philosopher, medicine man, sociologist, person who studied gems and stars, astronomy, languages. He spoke Greek, Hebrew, Persian. He came to India and learned Sanskrit. 12 साल गुजारे उसने यहाँ इंडिया में learning Sanskrit and learning texts.
Amazing.
Now, he's studying Indian science. He's saying, wow, great stuff. Now he's in the 9th century, 10th century, 11th century actually. He's studying texts. And then he sees this work of a man called Aryabhat. And Aryabhat is describing the possibility of how do eclipses occur. An astronomer in India of the 5th century trying to understand how do eclipses occur. And he conjectures through his experiments and mathematics and study of the stars and skies, is it because the stars are moving? And therefore, if the sun is behind a star and its shadow falls, and is that why an eclipse occurs that we see today on Earth? He's conjecturing that, my God, he's put the planets in motion.
Right.
And the Earth is...
Much before Galileo did.
Yes, and also, and the Earth is not the center of the universe. Perhaps it is also moving.
Correct.
Now, it's a, wow. Mr. Aryabhat writes his story. Mathematics. He's a genius. Brahmagupta critiques the story. Great mathematician. He gave the number systems to the world. And the Fibonacci sequence, that's a Brahmagupta sequence. But he criticizes Aryabhat. ये क्या बोल रहे तुम कि दुनिया घूम रही है, सूरज घूम रही है? ऐसा नहीं है.
ऐसा थोड़ी होता है.
ऐसा थोड़ी नहीं होता है. ये क्या बकवास कर रहे हो? क्योंकि ये गलत है. अरे यार, जब तुम ग्रहण देखते हो सूरज का ग्रहण हो रहा है. अरे परसों होगा एक्चुअली.
परसों 12
होगा शायद.
हाँ, नहीं
ग्रहण
होगा.
होगा. यहाँ नहीं होगा, यहाँ दिखाई नहीं देगा. ये ग्रहण हो गया है. वो राक्षस रावस ने खा लिया उसको. दे दान छुटे ग्रहण. तुम श्लोका mention chant these shloks and the sun will be released. Mr. Al-Baruni said, क्या बकवास है? He's a great mathematician, great guy. ये क्या कर रहा है? And why is he criticizing a great scholar? Does he have to do it because there's a power structure
That
in his
compels
land
him to.
that compels him to do it? And perhaps he knows the truth, but he can't say it. Science has not to be hostage to mythology and power.
Right.
Mr. Al-Baruni,
क्या बात है?
he writes. And look at the sweep of his work. 145 books that he's written over. 45 survive till today, yeah? They're available. His history of India is available today. आप पढ़ लीजिए.
It's amazing.
It's not myth making. Hey, a total of 145 books that he's written on gems, astronomy, mathematics, medicine, philosophy. On Aristotle. His behest with Ibn Sina, Avicenna. His arguments with.
Right.
और कहानी ये है कि when he was dying, मर रहा था. A man came to see him, one of his students came to see him, and it seemed that this could be mythology or could be true. He whispered to the student, "Did you find the answer to my question that I gave you?" The guy said, "No, master, I couldn't, but I will try." He says, "You must try, you know." And the fellow goes away, and as he goes away, he dies. He's asked his student, "Did you find the answer to that question?" What a man!
Amazing, amazing.
What a man!
One of the thing is, one of the issues about these ancient times, the education of women. And there's I think a woman character called Rehana, if that's the name, yeah, who has this thirst for wisdom, knowledge,
And she's a student.
and she's a student. So that's another remarkable aspect of the man, that he accepts her.
And also, this information came to me from guess who?
From who?
Amartya Sen.
Oh really? Wow.
Amartya Sen ने अपनी किताब में लिखा.
अच्छा, वहाँ से आपको
तो
पता
मैंने
चला?
कहा अच्छा यहाँ मैं ले आया यहाँ.
तो अच्छा, you went deeper into it.
हाँ, that's it. ये कहानी क्या है?
Amazing. Because that's one of the stereotypes about the old world and religious orthodoxy, that women, of course.
No, Amartya Sen's thing on Brahmagupta, admonishing Brahmagupta.
That's also
Yeah.
amazing. Fantastic.
Yeah. The future is, I think, incredible for a great land like ours, provided we keep our mythologies as mythologies. And they're great celebrations of imagination and wisdom in our tales. Look at them. The Jatika tales are very helpful. Buddhist or Hindu, they can incredible work. Jain tales.
Even the Buddhist canon, I mean, it's amazing.
Jataka, the predominantly Buddhist. Predominantly Buddhist.
There's so much wealth we can tap into.
And
Cultural,
it's
intellectual,
great stuff.
and great stuff.
And also the epics.
Also the epics, the Ramayana, Mahabharata.
And all the Vedas.
And wait.
Fantastic. The problem is when you start saying we are the bestest in the world, we're the greatest, I cut it out. We all owe everything to everybody. We have every civilization has contributed. We are not unique. And in that is our greatness. We have all it's a celebration of encounters and ideas and things happening. And he also made a statement. I forgot to tell you this. Al-Baruni. This is about some scholars that he met. He says they are the poet of these scholars. And he called them, he says, and I think they are Brahmins. He called them Brahmins. When I talked to them, they said, you got nothing to learn from anybody. 11th century, he got
Back then, yeah. Amazing.
किसी को सीखना ही है हमें हम हैं अब तुम रहो
Right.
He said this then. The arrogance. Nothing to learn. There's something wrong with you, but nothing to learn.
True. True. So, wonderful.
You never put that off, please. No, I'm just saying that sound.
So, we have a tradition on this show, Saeed Bhai, that we like to end with a little poem or two or three lines from
Oh,
something that gives a message of hope for the future or represents your vision. Can you think of something that we can round this off with?
okay. Of hope. We shall overcome. We shall overcome someday. Deep in my heart, I do believe we shall overcome someday. होना चाहिए भैया ये दुनिया जो है थोड़ा सा बहुत इम्बैलेंस है बहुत imbalance हो जाएगा मगर करेक्शंस चाहिए और जब आम इंसान खड़ा हो जाए ना फिर देखे दुनिया को हम देखेंगे
जब ताज उछाले जाएंगे
जब तख्त गिराए जाएंगे
गिराए जाएंगे
हम देखेंगे
So on that wonderful note, thank you so much,
You're welcome,
Saeed
young man.
Mirza, for this very illuminating conversation. We are deeply grateful to you for
Thank you
taking
so
the time
much.
out.
Thank you so much. I thought I wasn't going to be